Hey, what's going on, guys? Dylan Merwa here, and welcome back to NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup, where tonight, I'm going to be going to Darlington Raceway for race 536 for the Carolina Dodge Dues 400 for 35 laps. Last week in Atlanta was probably the worst race I ever ran. I dropped from 13th all the way to 20th, so I lost 7 spots due to my god-awful finish there. If you guys haven't seen yesterday's part of NASCAR 2005, so let's jump right in with Bill Weber.
Raceway in South Carolina etched itself into NASCAR's history books long ago. It is an edge-shaped mile and a third track with a racing surface that is tough on tires and even tougher on drivers. At this track, only the strongest team gets to dance in victory lane with the lady in black. EA Sports presents the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400.
How fitting is it that this is going up a day before Prospect Ridge Academy's homecoming? First, in order to be able to fight for a potential chance to be in victory lane and dance with the lady in black, you got to qualify for 2 laps. As you can see, this race I'm going back to the regular Home Depot paint scheme. Hopefully my car won't be super tight in qualifying and jerk up the racetrack uncontrollably, because that's what screwed me in Atlanta. Whoa! Okay, I forgot. Oh god. Ooh, okay. Okay, that just happened. FYI, you cannot ride on the apron in this game at Darlington, because the apron's so wide at this track. God forbid you touch it or ride on it in my case, you're basically gonna wreck. So your goal, keep it as far away from the apron as possible. Unless you're coming down pit road, which in that case, slow down so you don't spin. Coming down the backstretch in turn 3. So far so good, 21. Coming out of turn number 4. Down the front stretch. 5th place. Not bad. Let's go racing. Earnhardt Jr. is on the pole. As the pace car is off, fuel is in the hands of Jr. and Jarrett. Green flag into the air, we are racing at Darlington. I guarantee you it's going to be a matter of time before someone gets that infamous Darlington stripe. Basically what happens is your car gets pulled into the unrelenting grasp of this racetrack's unforgiving walls, and a stripe gets painted on your car, similar to a way a Westerner cowboy brands his cattle. As many of you know, Darlington is a rather tough place to pass without having to go on the apron, especially in the EA games starting from 05. As you see, we're fighting Kurt Busch coming out of turn 4. We're going to get 4th. See if we can get 3rd on Dale Jarrett. Oh god. Get off the apron, Tony. Good, Tony Stewart. Coming out of turn 2, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Bobby Labonte still hold the lead. 1-2. Hopefully we can rebound from the abysmal Atlanta Motor Speedway. Who knows? 4 laps in this afternoon, Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads with Joe Gibbs Racing teammates, Bobby Labonte in the 18 and Stewart in the 20, cruising around in 2nd and 3rd. 4 laps into this 35-lap affair, fair tonight. Notice that 2004 is the final year that NASCAR had 2 Darlington races on the schedule. Because in 2005 there was just 1 Darlington race, and the Southern 500 was abolished. At least until 2009, but the Southern 500 was run in May that year, and then moved up to April for 2014, and then last year in 2015, the Southern 500 moved back to its traditional Labor Day throwback weekend. And speaking of Labor Day weekend, I love the Darlington throwback weekend. Kind of sucks that cars that aren't throwbacks, a car that wasn't a throwback didn't won the first race. Nothing against the driver, it just would have been pretty cool to see a throwback in Victory Lane. And yet in 2016, something that I'm not sure is even considered a throwback to a driver, but is a throwback for some considered a throwback, driven by Denver boy Martin Truex Jr. went to Victory Lane, which was kind of nice. So I'm hoping next year we actually can get a good throwback car in Victory Lane. I'm thinking next year, considering the throwback deal is going to be run kind of like chronologically, you're going to see 90s paint schemes. 90s paint schemes such as Kyle Busch might have the 1990s Interstate Batteries car, like late 90s or something. Brad Keselowski could have Rusty Wallace's 1990s car or something. 90s car. Kevin Harvick might have the old Budweiser car that ran late 90s. That was either under the 25 car, under sponsoring the 25 car or the 50 car. You name it. It could be pretty interesting to see what NASCAR can come up with for next year's throwback weekend. I'll be interested, keeping an eye out for that. 9 laps into the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is all over the back bumper, and Bobby Labonte's just chilling in third. 9 laps into today's event. Well, I'm starting to make that 10 laps. Is we aren't pulling away from Dale Earnhardt Jr. as much as if this was NASCAR 2004, I'd be running away from him. See Jr. coming to the inside. We shut the door. Dale Earnhardt Jr. could appear to move us out of the way right now. Jr. goes high. You know, while we're at it, let's go on board. Tony Stewart and Joe still leading here at Darlington. This is one of a few tracks that he has never gotten a chance to win at, and sadly after 2016 he didn't win at because his engine grenaded during this year's Southern 500, sadly. And so far he's doing good. Speaking of Dale Jr., look who almost closed the gap. Have to take the lead. Side by side through 1 and 2. Advantage to the 8 car. Our new leader at Darlington, pole sitter Earnhardt Jr. Basically right now we're going to pit with the first group of cars. We're going to pit with when the first group of cars come down. And you know what's nice about this is for this game, the steering actually seems pretty tight and responsive for this track, which is surprising in this game because it did earn pretty high scores from critics. Yet, probably my major flaw with this is the steering is inconsistent on some tracks. Steering's your car's really good at tracks like Darlington, but at tracks like Atlanta, aka the Satan, aka the devil on this game. Gear steering is all wonky and crap. I'm sure it might just probably be I'm just bippity boppiting all over the place on the apron, but it's just what I noticed. So far, we haven't seen much in the way of Darlington stripes this afternoon. Today in the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400, 839 skill points, 16 laps on the board. Just drafting. We're gonna come down this time. Hopefully we don't spin the car. Okay, keep it straight. Good car. Well, the car's straight, thank God. Left sides. We're going to take a gamble. Take a chance. Take left side tires on our green flag stop. See Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick down on pit road. I should probably change the pit crew to Tony Stewart for the next race. Because I'm pretty sure white men with ripped six packs should not be in just t-shirts and shorts. Should not be pitting and just should not be pitting a race car because of how hot it can get. Great stop for our guys. We're going to come out of turn 4 down into turn 3. I'm sorry. Currently a lap down in 25th. Dale Jarrett is the current leader. Hopefully this race can go caution free. Passing by Bobby Labonte. Dale Earnhardt Jr. pitted on this lap. We basically short pitted, which is a common racing technique I like to use in NASCAR games. Is I like to short pit. Short pitting could be the difference between winning and getting screwed on the on a restart like Austin Dillon did at Charlotte. I'm sure just from that remark, I'm going to get blasted in the comments saying, Truex ran him over. And me being a fan of Truex, I'm going to back him till the day I die. Because Austin Dillon, for one, should not take 2 tires at Charlotte. And for 2, just shouldn't even be doing that kind of crap anyway, going up front. But at the same time, Truex could have backed off a little bit and let a little bit of side-by-side racing take place going into turn 1. Because it took out Chase Elliott too, and that kind of sucks. Because I want the kid to win, alright? So in a way, I was kind of pissed that happened, but oh well. Kansas is going to be coming up this week. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm going to be Saturday watching the Busch race and then getting ready for my school's homecoming dance. Oy. Joys of life. I guess. Watching the Busch race, the next thing you know, you're eating dinner and getting ready for homecoming. Speaking of homecoming, what was your funniest homecoming moment? Were your friends trying to set you up with some chick? That happened to me last year. Or are you gonna go to just have a good time with your friends, you know? For example, tomorrow my plan is meet up with a group of some buddies of mine and just go have a wild, just go cut loose, you know? Live on the edge, because, you know, live on the edge. That's what I do at school dances. If I end up with a girl, great. If not, that's heartbroken too. I'm not like the third of other kids are like, I want to date. Because to be honest, you shouldn't be, you know, in a serious relationship at the age of 15 and 16. You just shouldn't. Because think about it. If you're 15 and 16, you should be focusing on getting good grades, getting ready for college, and just making a name for yourself. What you shouldn't be doing is dating someone and coming up with these cute pet names. Like, I swear, I'm walking by and just seeing some of these couples with these cute pet names. Power to you, but ugh, just there's a time and a place for that, and it's not in a school. Just no. I'm honestly glad I'm not dating anybody, and I don't plan to date anybody for the foreseeable future. Anyways, rant aside, there are 11 laps to go in the race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has closed into, or I think that's Jr. Yeah, that's Dale Earnhardt Jr. He has closed into a 0.3 of a second gap, and we're trying to negotiate the lap car of Mark Martin on that through 3 and 4. Oh wow, hard contact right there. And speaking of which, Junior just big run, takes the top spot, takes the lead, and could he pull away? Earnhardt Jr. has never won a race at Darlington in his career. Could today on NASCAR 2005 change that statistic? Coming down, closing up on Mark Martin in turn 3. Things could get interesting. Could he go low? I guess Mark Martin's gonna looks like he wants to block Earnhardt Jr. He's gonna use the 6 car as a pick. Earnhardt Jr. clears him. Why am I on the apron? I am such an idiot. And anyways, Earnhardt Jr. pulls out to a half a second lead. Oh god. Shared after with Mark Martin to get by Jr. We are right there. It's basically a battle between me, Jr., and the lap car Mark Martin. There is literally no traffic between me and Jr. Could I try to earn my second win of the season? Or could Dale Jr. finally earn a win? Just staying tight with Mark Martin. 7 laps to go. Earnhardt Jr. leads. 0.2 of a second gap separate the 8 and the 20. Oh, here Martin to the inside. Thinks better of it. Lap car of Mark Martin trying to race Jr. Gonna squeeze right under Mark Martin, right up to second. Now it's a battle between me and the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Literally nobody is sitting down. Nobody is sitting down at the Darlington Raceway today. Here we come, side by side with Jr. I take the top spot. New leader at Darlington. 6 to go. Oh, he's there. He wants to stick the nose in, but thinks better of it. Junior goes to the outside. He is there. He's pulling right up next to him. Could he make that pass and make it stick? 5 to go. With 2 good tires and 2 worn tires and low fuel, Tony Stewart's crew chief Greg Zipadelli must be chewing through piles and piles of fingernails right now, seeing if his driver, Tony Stewart, can get to the finish. 4 laps to go. Here comes Junior, side by side into 1. That is pretty tough to do at Darlington. Stewart keeps the lead. Lap traffic in front of them. In front of the 20 and the 8. Tony Stewart has never won a race at Darlington. He'd love to do it. However, in 3 laps, it could all change. He cannot say anymore that he has never won at Darlington. I think Junior's going to throw it in pretty deep right here. Going into 3, Junior back to the inside. Oh, Stewart's into the wall. Side by side, racing out of turn 4. Ooh, contact. This time between the 8 and the 20. 2 to go. This could get good. Stewart with very old white right side tires. He has made the entire race on right side tires. Coming out of into turns 3 and 4. Stewart needs to make it sick. He's going to move Junior out of the way. Side by side, coming to the white flag at Darlington. Last lap. Stewart almost out of gas. He is on fumes right now. Oh God. Could we make it around? This is gonna get good. This could get good. Here we go. Into 3 and 4. Up the racetrack. Here comes Junior. Can he get there? No, he cannot. Tony Stewart wins at Darlington. Yes. On fumes, too. Man. And I'm sure Junior was hounded. Okay, lamest burnout ever. I'm just gonna... This earns the cake for possibly the lamest burnout in the history of ever. I'm just gonna barely engage the clutch and just let this roll to the inside wall. Mark Martin and Bobby Labonte are allies. Casey Kane's calmed down a bit. Ward Burton's calmed down a bit. Elliott Sadler's calmed down a bit, and so has Jimmy Johnson. I win today. Today's Carolina Dodge Dealers 400 at Darlington. Earnhardt Jr. finishes second. Bobby Labonte finishes third. Kurt Busch finishes fourth. Jimmy Johnson fifth. Ryan Newman sixth. Jeff Burton seventh. Sterling Marlin eighth. Casey Kane ninth. And Jamie McMurray 10th. No cautions. Wire to the finish. Mark Martin is the only car that finished today's race at Darlington a lap down. Kevin Harvick ended up 40th. Jeff Gordon, see where he started. Starting 38th, only ended up 27th. Let's see how the points shake out. And there's gonna be one more video coming out late tonight before Prospect Ridge Academy's homecoming. And I'm gonna do an episode of NASCAR 2005. It's gonna be an episode of 14 coming out. IOP Cup Series racing from Pocono. And you guessed it, in one day we get the return of NASCAR Rumble. God, I can't wait. So let's look at the standings. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a 45-point lead over Kurt Busch. Jimmy Johnson is third in points, 56 points back. Dale Jarrett is fourth in points, 88 points back. Ryan Newman is fifth, 90 points back. Bobby Labonte is sixth, 105 points back. Matt Kenseth is seventh, 108 points back. Jeff Gordon is eighth in points, 118 back. Rusty Wallace is ninth in points, 141 points back. And Casey Kane is 10th in points, 163 back. With our win, we jump up all the way to 11th, gaining 9 spots. What will we see at Bristol? The next race is going to be at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Food City 500 for race 6 of 36. We will see you then. Remember, if you guys liked tonight's video, why not give a thumbs up, throw in some comments, represent Prospect Ridge Academy, subscribe to Dylan Murway. Also, subscribe to Prospect Ridge Academy, even though I am not promoting the student council. I am just promoting my school. Follow me on any social media platform you can think of. Guarantee I might be on it. Just search Dylan Murway or Dilly147 or stuff like that. And above all, have a good day. Stay you. Never fall off your grind.